A local woman wants to get the word out about a recent attack she experienced while out running one morning. She believes it was her voice that helped save her, but she's concerned because the person responsible is still out there. Last night on our 11 o'clock newscast, she told our Natalie Swaby what happened. She was running in the Ravenna neighborhood. This was Friday, training for the New York Marathon.
In that moment when he grabbed my chest, I have never been so scared in my entire life. And I didn't know what I had in me, but it was like pure fear. And Marie says when she screamed, it got the attention of some people in the neighborhood, and the man ended up running off. And it turns out your voice is one of the most powerful weapons we have in these situations, but there are some other tools to keep in mind if something like this ever happens to you. And that's why we have Joanne Factor on the show from Strategic Living. And you've been doing this for more than 20 years, women and girls.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk about that first thing, the voice. And there are many reasons why, other than the obvious, why the voice is important.
Yes. Your voice is your single most important safety tool. Your voice basically can do a whole bunch of things. It can startle an attacker. People who are looking to attack women are hoping you freeze, hoping you just don't know what to do, and that gives them time. Right. Okay. It also increases your strength. You know, when you use your voice really loud, you tighten your abs, and that increases power to whatever strikes you choose to do.
What are we looking at on the screen here? We're looking at strategic things that we should be thinking about when, aside from our voice, like being aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
What
Yes,
else?
absolutely.
Okay. Keep fighting, using body language, taking a self-defense class. These are all great.
Right.
So really what you're saying is the defense starts before you're in trouble.
Absolutely. Yes.
When you talk about being aware of your surroundings, it really is the appearance of it, right?
That's a large part of it, yes.
Okay. Eye contact. We talked about this. I was like, what should you do? Because she was saying in terms of being aware of your surroundings that, you know, notice if someone is looking at you, you know, if it's paying too much attention to you. And I said, well, should you look at him? Should you stare at him? Should you avoid him? What do you do with eye contact?
Brief eye contact. Enough to say, yes, I see you, but not enough to say, hey, I'm challenging you, or come on over. Okay. So just enough to say, yes, I see you, I know you're there, I don't want to talk to you.
Okay. And you said you've been doing this for several years. Why do you keep doing it?
Because I keep hearing back from students saying how helpful this has been. Even if they never had to physically fight off anybody, they've had to use like a lot of the boundary setting skills in their daily lives.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, you have a boundary setting demo to show us, and this is part of really that body language component, right? So why don't we going to show us that?
Yes,
and so how might this situation be used?
This would be somebody you're talking to. Maybe you know them a little bit, a lot, but they're getting maybe too close to you or saying some things that are really maybe inappropriate.
I've had strangers come up to me like I don't know them, and they come and get right in, and I don't know what's going on. Yes. Okay, so what do you do?
Well, what I want to do is I want to move back, so I want to claim my space. This is my space, and I talk with my hands. I'm originally a New Yorker, so I talk with my hands. And when you do that, you're setting your boundary out here. This is my space. And I'm going to make eye-to-face contact. I'm probably not going to smile, and I'm going to say, hey, you know, I think I need more space than you do. I'm more comfortable over here.
Wow, and that really sends a message like, don't play with me. So it's taking that step back, using your hands. What were you going to say, Michelle?
Well, I was thinking, but what if they keep moving in your boundary?
Well, that's one reason you use your hands. Okay, and that's actually going to tell you if they actually get in close enough so that they're pushing against your hands. That's really giving you a different message about their intent.
Okay. And you know, speaking of body, thank you so much for that. You know, speaking of body language, we were talking about in terms of, you made the point of some of it is about really being aware and knowing when there's a red flag or something. And how can we help in terms of how we carry ourselves? Is there anything we can do on that end?
Yes. Keep your eyes more or less forward, like at eye level. So when you look at other people, kind of look at faces. Back straight. Okay. Don't look at your phone while you're walking. Okay.
I'll guilty of that. Yeah.
Yes. And also open, expansive body language. So feet more shoulder width apart and hands more out. This is closed body language. Closed, closed, closed.
Right. No.
That's, try not to do that.
Okay.
Especially if you're feeling uncomfortable. People want to make themselves smaller. Try to make yourself just a little bit bigger.
So making yourself smaller makes yourself more vulnerable,
yes,
you think?
Yes, because it's called submissive body language.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I read a long time ago that, you know, people who are predators tend to avoid people who look confident. I don't know if that is still, you know, being mentioned or accurate at all.
Stranger assailants, which are the minority, tend to avoid that, yes.
Okay.
Most women are attacked by somebody they know.
Right, that typically happens.
Sure,
And I just want to be clear, we always want to be careful about victim blaming, because regardless, you know, these are tools to help us to have those. I know it's not what you're thinking either, but you know, these are tools to help us should this ever occur. And it's hard to predict how anyone's going to react, but no one ever asks or wants to be assaulted. And so these are just tools that we hope we don't ever have to use, but they help. Let's go to, we have some text messages actually. So let's go to Rebecca to see if there's a question right now.
Yeah, so somebody texted in a question for us, and it's about placement. Like if you're walking down at night, what if you're on a one-sided street, the stranger is on the other side and cars are in the middle?
Okay, so the stranger is like across the street?
Right, and there's cars in the middle and you're on the other side of the street.
Okay. You have a fair bit of latitude then, because that person is across the street and there are cars in between. I would look around for a place where there are other people. So maybe a Starbucks or another cafe or a restaurant, some kind of establishment where there are other people.
Yeah,
That's a good question, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you brought something with you to show.
I brought, this is my favorite self-defense weapon. It's a flashlight.
Flashlight.
It's a simple flashlight. This one, LED technology is great. This is like 700 lumens, so it's really bright. And all you want to do is basically shine it in somebody's face. I'm not going to turn it on right now. It's kind of unpleasant to get it flashed in your face. And also it's all metal and it's long enough, so if I really needed to, I could whack somebody with it.
Okay.
But it should be pretty good to just flash this, especially since it's going to be getting darker a lot earlier.
If you're buying that, like, let's say on Amazon, would you search for tactical flashlight, or what would you search for?
I would probably search for like flashlight by number of lumens. This one is probably 700, 500 to 1,000 lumens is great. That's just how bright it is.
I didn't know that.
But tactical flashlight would also be a good term to use.
Okay, I was just thinking, like, if someone's at home and they want to buy one, what's the terminology?
And you know, I know one of your recommendations is to take a self-defense class. I know you have them at Strategic Living for teenagers, girls, you know, women,
children.
But whatever you decide to choose for yourself, I know one thing that I love what you said about choose a self-defense class that's really about empowerment and not scaring you, because that's a key point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to our other side of the group.